Want to see what's behind our caravan door? It's a mess and it needs a good tidy. My name is Sue. Ron and I, we have a small caravan. How big is the caravan, Ron? 16 foot? We need to tidy the van, work on some maintenance before April when we leave on our half lap of Australia. I'd like to share some ideas on how we use and organise our small caravan space. As you can see, it's a real mess. So my plan is to tidy this up today. We much prefer the single beds. It gives you more space in such a small van. You usually have a fitted sheet on our bed, and then on top of that we put a mattress topper, which gives just a little bit more comfort because our mattresses are really only just foam. Then what I tend to do is just put the sheet that we sleep with over the mattress topper. It's a lot easier to make the bed between washes. The underlying sheet doesn't get dirty anyway, so we have the underlying sheet, mattress topper, and a sheet on top of that. So much easier to make in such a narrow space. And the sheet doesn't come off the mattress topper at all. It fits nicely over it. So there we go, that's how that's done. We've made ourselves a spare storage part. The floor used to run all the way to the edge of the set of drawers, but we just thought it was just a waste of space, so we've built a little cupboard in here that is not ideal in terms of its opening, but it works a treat. There is plenty of room in here. It's come in handy, that little cupboard. We put all our winter coats and blankets and things like that in there. This came with our van as a spare pillow or spare cushion. It's vinyl, it's really good. So that actually slots just in there. And then I put a pillow there, and that then becomes a seat. And it's actually where I do all my computer work, editing of photos and videos and reading, all those sorts of things. It's just this nice little spot. This is our laundry dirty washing basket, and it fits really well up in here. I tell you, we just stripped everything. This is my bed, and I've got a bamboo mattress topper on mine. So Ronnie, you've come in to take the cupboard doors off?
Yes, yep.
To glue them?
Yep.
You need gluing where the laminate has come away over time. We also need to have a look at the getting the stove top
Out.
sorted as well. It's the bed made, and I just have to finish Ron's off by putting his pillowcase on. Now these are bags that I made for when we stay in caravan parks and we go and have a shower. These are our wet bags. They contain shampoos and all sorts of things. They've got pockets, hairbrush or comb, and various bits and bobs, and so they generally hang up on hooks that we have. when we're travelling, I like to take it off the hooks and put it down on the bed. But if we're not travelling, they just go up here. And the fabric is outdoor fabric, so it's got a bit of a plastic inner side, so if it gets wet, it doesn't matter. Ron, his is slightly different. Same fabric, it's just that he's got a motor car on his, and his handle's narrower. So they just go over there like that, and leaves your hands free when you're going to the caravan park showers. They're really handy. Handy trick is on your towels is to have a loop so that you can actually hang your towels. When we travel, we put all of our tables and chairs inside because there's generally no room in the boot. So I'll just put everything away now. Or we can carry them in the shower if we want to. There's plenty of room for the chairs in there, but generally the table and chairs just sit in there. This is our Adventure King's fridge, which of course is empty at the moment, but we washed all the kit, including the freezer or the water ice makers. They all go. So they're just those silicone tubs that people use for their babies for making food. Well, they make absolutely fantastic large ice cubes. We use those every day. So this is how we keep our condiments. It's just a lot easier. You can actually pull this out and then you just put it on the bench, open it and pull out whatever you need, and then it goes back in again. So it's all those little pieces of fridge stuff, you know, that you put in the fridge. It saves these spots for drinks, cans of drinks, and it's worked really well. We're really pleased with it. Right, making tracks now. I'm getting there. I'm cleaning the van up. It's looking better already. Of course, these are all our containers for food, which go back into the cupboards under the sink. I'll just slip those in there. These are obviously empty at the moment, but this is where this is pretty much our pantry when the doors are on, obviously. Oops, I'll just move that out of the way, that's probably a bit big. Sorry. This is where we put all our food, our tins of things, and that slots nicely into the cupboard. And then we have narrower containers that slip down the side, so you still have plenty of room. Oops, little bits and pieces. This one probably doesn't belong in there, it belongs somewhere else. But yeah, so that's our food cupboard. We don't take much with us because when you're travelling, you like to travel light. You don't want, you know, a cupboard full of too much. And we tend to eat a lot of vegetables as well, so most of that stuff is stored in the fridge. But it's just things like your rice, flour, spare sugar, you know, those sorts of things. This jug here, Ron uses it to fill with water. Oh well, he fills up to about here, and we put that in the freezer and we freeze a block of water which goes into our really large Yeti. So we have cold water every day. It just freezes overnight in our car freezer. You'll have to excuse the mess. This is another space-saving idea that we have. I'm pretty sure that most people will know all about, just move this so we can have a look, all about these plastic file holders. They're absolutely fantastic for storing things like foil and baking paper and things like that, and stops it from moving around. The other thing, this is another type of narrow container, so it has all sorts of bits and bobs in it. And here's another handy hint that someone very kindly put on YouTube. This is obviously a small spray bottle, they're not very expensive. You can fill it with a little bit of water and a little bit of hand soap. And when you're off gridding, where water is precious and you would like to conserve water, this is a great way of washing your hands without turning on the tap. So you simply just spray your hands. It's already got the hand wash in it, and you don't use as much water as you would ordinarily do if you were turning your tap on and off. Just an idea, it works a treat. So this all goes in a bigger container, and then that obviously goes into my cupboard. I'm literally going to have to go through these cupboards and declutter them, because over time you do collect bits and pieces, so it's a really good idea to clear it all out, because you don't usually use everything. One of my missions is to have a container for my plastics, because Ron has all of a sudden decided that he likes to bring along plastic containers to put our leftovers in. So yeah, we've started a collection. I'll show you. There they all are in the back. Collecting, collecting, collecting. I feel much better now. I'm starting to see the light amongst the dark. Just put all these away. Tissue boxes. I've thought about having some sort of tissue box mount on the wall, but I haven't quite got there yet. I do like to have my walls white and clean, so it's, you know, such a small space. Having lots of things on the walls just tends to give it a bit of a cluttered look. One of the other storage things that I'm trialling are these. I actually trialled this idea on our last trip. We do have a lot of books and you know, puzzle books, things like that. They're thin, the size of a magazine. Also, there's a lot of electronic bits and bobs that I want to keep off the benches. So, for example, the Wi-Fi router and things like that. So I found these online, and I'm trialling them, because what you can do is you can put your router in there, and the plug fits through there, and it's protected, so it doesn't fall out, doesn't move while the van's on the move. And they're also great for just shoving notebooks and puzzle books in when you're travelling or when you want them out of the way. Yeah, so that's just been something I've experimented with. They're pretty cheap. I am thinking maybe a more solid cover might be better, but at this stage that's fine. I'll probably make one if I was going to put something solid there. I'd probably make it out of fabric, and just as I did my little bags. This is another storage idea that we've implemented in our van. I'm pretty sure I didn't think of it myself. I've probably seen it somewhere some time ago, but it absolutely works a treat. So our van has overhanging beds. This is where the bed overhangs, and so traditionally this space, see where the bed overhangs? This space isn't utilised. I guess it's for walkways, I don't know. But anyway, so what I did was I bought these plastic IKEA shoe containers. They come in a pack of 3, so there's 1, 2, 3, and they sit nicely under the bed edges, and they are perfect for shoes. Absolutely perfect. Just fold back in there like that, and you don't see them. There's one here under my bed. They don't open when you're travelling, so there's no issues there. And the shoes, they just slide in like that. They're plastic, so they're easy to keep clean. I think they're one of the best storage solutions that we've come up with for the van thus far. I probably have to sort our electronics drawer out. As you can see, it's a bit of a mess. Just before we travelled last time, I bought some cheap sheets, and they came in these wonderful little bags. So I've utilised these bags for putting in the TV cords and electronics. But yeah, that drawer needs a bit of a tidy up. It comes with these magnetic clips, and we actually use this to hang any receipts or information about the places that we're going. It's really good as a drying rack too. And then of course hanging bits and bobs from our last trip. You know, sometimes you just love things and don't want to get rid of them. It's looking a lot better than it did. I'm happy. Another job done. Let me know if you've got any ideas on how you organise your small caravan space. Don't forget to put them in the comments below. Next week, I'm going to post a video on some of the prep work that we've continued with our small van.